Cheers, welcome to my channel. This is a bonus full moon for the month of December tarot oracle reading. Aquarius, you are the star of this astrological insight. If your sun sign is not Aquarius, we still all have a little bit of Aquarius in us. If you have your birth chart, which house is Aquarius in? That is where this energy shows up for you. My goal is to provide valuable information to empower you. I've already shuffled and washed the cards, just given them a cut here, and we will check out what the underlying energy for this reading is. We have rest and reflection. We probably need it after if you've been in the holiday mode. It's great to get together with family, and then it's great to have a little bit of time to get yourself back into a mode of going back to work. And that's what this card represents. It represents a time of rest. This person has hung up their thinking. Their three subconscious, unconscious, and conscious mind are hung on the wall. The thoughts are at rest. And then this window in the stained glass window has the word Pax on it. So this is representing peace of mind. And I feel like this card is coming up because today, Mercury went back into retrograde, came out of retrograde and went direct. And so this is saying have a rest, because now things are going to move forward again and communication is going to be simpler. It's a really good idea if you have time today to reflect on, the last few weeks, and especially what happened. Like the new moon was on November 20th, I believe, right close to that time. And that is a time for when you start projects or whatever, or not so much start projects, but new beginnings. And then it might be more like in the retrograde season, like injecting new life into a project that you're working on. But this full moon coming up on December 4th, it's a Gemini full moon, it's the cold moon. And it's really it's a supermoon. It's really bright. So this energy is going to shine light on what was happening back then around November 20th. The Lovers is the card for the underlying energy of the first half of my spread here. So this is covering what you have control over, your internal dynamics, your internal boundaries. Are they strong? This is the energy of when you're laying in bed at night and you're saying, what if this happens? What if I do that and then this happens? That kind of energy. And this card is saying the energy is, put strong boundaries for your internal dynamics so that you're able to face the external forces around you and make really strong choices. So the Lovers card actually traditionally was about making choices. It's about making choices who you work with to do what you love. It's about lovers, like this can represent what people refer to as a flame twin relationship, where you share the same soul. That's up for discussion. But the energy is that this is someone it's more than a soulmate. Soulmates can be someone that you are having, like in your family or a friend or just a stranger you bump into, but you're soulmates and you know each other. Whereas this is more like you're destined to meet energy for whatever reasons. It could be to do something that you love to do, or it could be because it's a romantic love, that kind of energy. But you notice these clouds in between the lovers, that clouds in the tarot represent like things that are not clear. And that's why it's saying you might want to reflect on what's been going on since the new moon before taking action. And the King of Pentacles is here. So the King of Pentacles has been showing up. It showed up in my last reading, I believe, and the one before that. So the King of Pentacles is talking about a lot of prosperity for everyone. I feel like it's showing up so much. The King of Pentacles is sitting on his throne, and he is focused on the coin, or he's focused on this pentacle. Now, pentacles don't always mean coin. They don't always mean money. They could be representing his desire to find the love of his life. They represent health, wealth, and happiness. The King of Pentacles is someone that is admired for their business acumen and is a strong leader in society. Hi, Stella. Yeah, it's okay, sweetheart. There's some fresh chicken there for you. Speaking of people that are authority figures. It's okay, my kitty. You want to join? Okay, come up here. You can sit on my lap. Sorry, she just woke up from a nap. She can feel the energy that I'm in the air. So she quite often has to put her 2 cents into my readings. Yeah, be quiet, little one. Okay, so we've got the King of Pentacles here showing up for the first card. And this is about your self-identity. So you may see yourself as that, as being a leader, someone that is, in the public eye, that has been successful in business and in life in general. Cool. We could always use some good advice. And then we have, look at this, we have the 9 of Cups. So the King of Pentacles is bringing in 9 of Cups, or giving advice about these 9 of Cups. So 9 of Cups energy represents this person. It looks like they're sitting on a stage. They're very highly favored. They have 9 out of 10 cups. 10 is the ultimate that you can get in the tarot in this. And the energy is there's 9 there. And you want to go for the 10th cup. And maybe you're seeking advice, like on this last thing. And I feel like it might have to do with romantic love. Perhaps you have, in your life now, you've worked to the point where you have everything that money can buy. But now you want a cup of love. And that could be like that you want to do this in a different way, doing something that you love more. Or it could be an energy of, I actually want someone in my romantic love life. So this card, the thing about this card is that it's talking about wishing. And so when you wish for something, it means you don't have it. If you had it, you wouldn't be wishing for it. So this energy is saying, like, you have to keep your energy like grounded. You want to make sure that you are making really strong choices at this time regarding this, whatever this wish is. And you're going to and recognizing that your energy, you have to stay focused on your goal, because this card kind of represents, like, don't lose focus, keep going. Many a race is lost in the last lap. So that's the kind of energy. It's just saying, keep your focus, or, yeah. Don't let outside influences distract you. That's what's coming up. Like, I've got my cat distracting me right now. I think you're going to have to get down, Stella. You're just making too much effort here, and it's really making it hard to do the reading. Yeah, you go eat. Go on. No, you go on, sweetie. Go. She had one fan to say how much they enjoyed her advice, and now she thinks that she's... There we go. Sorry about that. She just woke up, so she's looking for food, really. There it is. Go there. See, there's your chicken. Go away. Now, so this is about being distracted. Speaking of being distracted. She's back. Okay, so these people, the energy is saying, like, this person has 10 swords in their back. That's a lot of swords. And so this is either 10 people that have stabbed them in the back or stabbed you in the back, or it's, how you have done that to yourself by getting distracted. And this is the energy. So yes, you've made your point. Distractions can be really annoying. Now, there's the good news is that this looks really harsh, but this can be a blessing in disguise, because once you recognize that you're being stabbed in the back and you understand where is that coming from, you've reflected on it, then you can make stronger choices in your business or in your goals moving forward. You have to go down, Stella. Go. And then we have, whoops, I don't take cards upside down. You've made me turn my deck upside down, Stella. Oh, see, this is she's here for a reason. She's showing, okay, I was doing this reading, I was really geared up for it, and now I've had this major distraction. And she's persistent. And so that's what this energy is saying. So this is saying there is someone or someones that are trying to distract you at this time and cause you to not make this wish come true. Sometimes people get jealous of other people's success, or this could be a business and this could be a competition that you're in or they're in. You may not even be aware you're in competition with them, but they're in competition with you. And that could be over a choice of a lover. It could be over a choice of something that you love to do and they also love to do. That type of energy. And like my cat now is chewing on the cords around here because she really wants to distract me. Yeah. Go away, Stella. I'm not being distracted by you anymore. Go on. Get out of here. That's enough of that. You're not being helpful anymore. You've made your point. 10 of them. Okay, so this energy is saying we have 7 wands coming in. So this is actions that have been taken or that you're looking at taking. And this is someone who had to do something quickly to be able to rectify this energy. So you notice there's a boot on one foot and a shoe on the other, and it's kind of the energy of rushing out of the house to go protect your land or to protect what's valuable to you, and you didn't even have time to grab the right shoes, that kind of energy. But this is saying that you're standing on high ground now, and you're willing to fight for what is yours, and you have conviction beyond a doubt. You know what you know, you know what you know, what you know, and you are now in a different position. You're in a higher position because of that. So now the soulmates comes in. So this is interesting energy because we have it starting off with, this is about inner reflection. This is about a choice you're making, it feels like now, about a lover or someone that is in your life, an important partner in your life. Or both, and there's money and there's like material gain here, and there's also a lot of love here, but there's people trying to distract you because they want what you have, but you know beyond a doubt that you're not going to be distracted anymore like you were in the past. And then that is the soulmate can represent 2 people, and I'm getting it does with this. We've got 2 people that are soulmates that are possibly twin flames. And this energy, they have 2 cups in there. They're looking at each other and they are toasting each other. Now this can also represent you and your higher self, like going inward and getting the information you need about this situation so that you have strong internal boundaries. The wounded warrior. So the wounded warrior in the past, like we have 7 and now we have 9. And so this action that's come in with this soulmate has now created a situation where you knew what you wanted and you went and you are with your soulmate now, or you have made the decision that you're going to contact your soulmate. This is about the wounded warrior. This is someone that had to really battle within themselves and with others. Because remember, this part of the reading is about your internal boundaries. This is what you have control over. So you notice my cat she's still here, but she knows I'm not fooling around now. I don't want to be distracted. I'm doing a reading. And I don't mind a little bit of distraction, but when it starts interrupting what I'm doing, then you need to go away for a little while. That's the energy. And this is the energy that you need to be in to be able to have this. And I do feel that on a broader scale, this is saying, remember, a lot of people talk about the miscommunication of Mercury in retrograde like it's a bad thing. But I'm getting that miscommunication was going on well before Mercury retrograde came in. It's kind of like the energy of the universe, like the universe and nature, life is a dance. It's not a march. It doesn't just always move forward. There's times when you need to fall back and reflect upon what's been happening so you can make strong choices. If you just go, 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 and you're in this fighting mode, fighting never really gets you anywhere. It gets you somewhere in the moment if you have to defend yourself, but then you don't want to be fighting for the rest of your life. That's no fun. What's the point of that? So this energy is saying you see yourself as someone who has abundance, someone that health, wealth, happiness, that you have the ability to be able to bring that into your life. And you value yourself highly, and you want to finish this goal. So yay, this is Aquarius energy. And it's really interesting because Aquarius is all about air, and air tends to be about swords, and we don't have a single sword in here. We've hung. Aquarius has decided, I'm not thinking right now, I'm feeling, which is a good idea if you're making decisions about love. You don't want to think about love, you want to feel love, right? And so then this energy is about communication from your early life. So maybe in the past, you've been in a situation where your attempts at love or showing love to the people around you didn't work out so well, and you were, I'm just getting kind of like the odd man out. And if it happens enough times, then you feel like this is just talking about the sun setting on your dreams. But really the sun is rising, because this is representing the end of a cycle and moving into a new way. And now that you know what you know, and this is in your home and family, your emotional foundation, like now that you're strong in your emotions and you're not going to allow, even if someone's being really loving to you and saying, oh, it's so nice to see you, and it's been the holiday season, why don't you stay for a few extra days? But you've got a big project coming up that you've been working on, and you're like, no. And when I say that these people are distracting you, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're distracting you because they wish bad on you. They just, they want more of your time and energy, and you don't have it to give right now. That's the energy I'm getting. And so this is about your creativity and your romantic life. So I really do feel that in this house, this sitting here with this Lover's card, that this energy is saying that this is about, maybe you want to get back because you have a date with someone, or a first date or something like that. Or when this information came in, you were busy, like with the holiday season, maybe busy with family and that, and now you want to contact this person. The wounded warrior is making a decision. This is about your daily habits, how you carry yourself, like your daily routines, looking after yourself. So this is, I'm not going to fight with an energy that I'm competing. Like, I didn't even know I was in a competition. It's that kind of energy. That explains a lot. Nobody told me I was in a competition. So, they can compete with me if they want, but I've never been competing with them. I've been competing with myself. That's the energy I'm picking up. So recognizing, like, once you have the information, then you know what you know. You have conviction beyond a doubt. This is the way I'm doing. So in a way, these people actually did you a big favor, because they made you look at something that you didn't know, and now you know. When you know, you know. You can't undo information. Once you know, you know. Yes, and this is causing a passion for, this is here, sorry. Because this is the underlying energy of how you deal with external forces. And this is saying a passion for new discovery. This is totally, completely Aquarius energy. Aquarius, but it's really interesting. There's still not, the only swords are from other people. Or it could be from your inner thinking, actually. And you've decided to be in peace of mind instead. But the reason you're able to get to peace of mind is because now you know the facts. And that's what you didn't know before. So now the action that you take is going to be a passion for new discovery. Aquarius energy is all about it's like life is a scientific experiment. You observe, you do an experiment to see, okay, does that make my life better? Did that work? Did that solve the problem? And if it did, then you double up on that. And if it didn't, then you figure out, okay, what was about that didn't work? And then you go back and you do another experiment. And you do this quickly. You don't invest years into the experiment. An experiment is an experiment. It's to see what's working and what's not. I'm getting that more of us are going to have to adopt that kind of energy, that kind of, take those kinds of actions. We may be used to having to be right all the time, especially if you're higher up in the social ladder, or you're running a CEO or something like that. You have to appear very confident in knowing, but at the same time, you have to actually know. And so this energy of the okay, so yeah, this is confirming that. This Page of Pentacles is observing the pentacle, and this is the King's thoughts on the pentacle. Okay, we're in a new age. We're moving from 2025 into 2026. We've got a full moon on December 4th. It's Gemini, and Gemini is known to be like twins, and Gemini energy is very fast. It's kindergarten age, and you think about a newborn baby when they come in as Aries, and then the Taurus is the toddler, and Gemini is the twin energy. And that energy is very, like it's common sense. It's just natural. Babies just naturally go through that development process. Toddlers go through the process of being a toddler, where they learn to give and take, and what rules are, and that kind of energy. And then we go to school and we start being educated by outside forces. And so this energy, the Page of Pentacles, is studying that pentacle and saying, in this new age, this new way of doing, because in 2020 we moved out of the Pisces energy, which we were in for a very long time, for generations, and now we are in this Aquarius energy, and we're babies at it. We're just learning. And I feel like now, with all this AI coming in, we're learning. We're in kindergarten. We're learning how to use AI responsibly. And especially if you're a CEO of a company, or the chief financial advisor of a company, understanding this new way of being. That's what's going to keep you, those external forces then work for you instead of working against you. Really good advice, Aquarius. Aquarian energy is just like total acceptance of the unknown, and loving to explore it, that kind of energy. And then we have the action. So the problem with the Aquarian energy is sometimes they observe and experiment their whole life, and they never ever take the action that they need to. This card is saying, okay, you're ready to take action. You're recognizing this. This is what you need to do if you want to have total fulfillment. Quite often this card says, this energy, you have, this person has gone through this portal, and they've recognized, this is what I need to do. This is the action that I need to take. I'm taking this action with conviction. And sometimes that means leaving my comfort zone, and it means that I have to move forward and look upon the horizon and see, okay, and here he has his wand on the third, or his hand on the third wand, and it's his right hand. He's willing to take action now with what he knows and move forward and quit fighting by doing it the old ways. What's the point of fighting with people that don't even let you know that you're in competition with you? It just doesn't even make sense, does it? So, and the interesting thing here on from an astrological viewpoint is that Gemini is exactly opposite Sagittarius on the wheel, and we have the moon, the full moon coming in right now is in Gemini, and the Jupiter rules Sagittarian energy. Sagittarian energy is all about taking action, and so this is saying that to be able to move forward in a strong way at this time, that you need to reflect, but by December 4th, you want to come to some sort of resolution, because you're going to have to take action if you want to move forward. If you want to stay where you are and you want to be in your comfort zone, there's nothing wrong with that either. But unfortunately, when we stay in our comfort zone, quite often the universe has a way of knocking us off our pedestal, right here. And now we have one of the swords coming in, right? So if you don't take action, other people are going to be very quick to jump on this and take the action that you're not taking. That's what's coming up. So this is, the Knight of Swords is traveling with a message, the communication. And I feel like this represents the fact that Mercury in retrograde is over. And it doesn't matter if you believe in Mercury in retrograde. It doesn't matter what you believe about that at all. It can limit you, or it can, or it cannot, or you can anticipate the future, or you can be limited by not taking an action because of the energy, oh, I can't do anything in Mercury in retrograde. The reason it has an effect on you is there's a lot of people on this planet that believe that Mercury in retrograde will mess up your plans, and they'll sit for like that whole 3-week period or whatever and not do anything. But what it's saying is, Mercury just saying, look back on the past. That's why quite often during that time frame, you may have noticed, like Thanksgiving was during Mercury retrograde. So we were visiting probably with relatives that we haven't seen for a long time. And we were taking a rest from our normal world so that we can go back and take a look and learn from it. And then when that energy is done, oh, it's, you know, it's a dance. Oh, better catch that beat. You know, like you don't want to be moving backwards. You don't want to be doing like one step forward and 2 steps back. It's the other way around, right? 2 steps forward, 1 step back. That's the kind of energy. So this information that's coming in, this is the first thought that's coming in from the beginning of this reading. And so this is saying that you are now ready to put that into action. And if you don't, they will. And then this is representing the end of cycle. Do you really want to do this again? Do you really want to have to learn this lesson again? Or do you want to move forward? Yeah, because it's been burdensome. You see that energy right there? So this is talking about, these are actions that you have taken or other people have taken. They've been planted in the past. And now it's time to harvest those actions. And some of them are really benefiting you and others are burdensome. And that's what you need to put down, what's not working for you anymore, and change it up. You're so close. Like you look at, you're almost home. So this energy is saying, this isn't a time to get overwhelmed. This is a time to go take time to rest your mind and gather the energy within yourself. Enjoy your time with your family and friends, and now come back with a new perspective because of it. And I find this really, really an interesting reading because the energy of Aquarius is this experimentation. And this is kind of showing us, this is how to do it. Okay, now you have like, okay, which burdens are you going to put down? Those wands are heavy because they're full of fruit from the seeds that you planted in the past. And in particular, it's coming up again. What were you doing? What was going on in your life on November 20th kind of energy? I think it's around that. In different time zones, it would be different. But that's when the new moon was. And that quite often was the energy changed and shifted back then. It was the beginning stages of this energy coming in. And so if you can, go back and look at that, then you can maybe gain some more information about which of these burdens to put down. These can represent anything that you're carrying that does not belong to you anymore. Yeah, and this is saying the Four of Pentacles is like this is saying right here, you've been selling yourself short because you've been, external forces have been using your energy and it's been depleting yours. It's been leaving you battered and tired and worn down. And it's time for you to, take action on what you know, to have a strong foundation, to have everything here you want. This is beautiful. Like this is wonderful energy, Aquarius. Go after what you want. You deserve it. Don't play small. And look at that. Then the Ace of Swords comes in. This is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help you God. I love it. I love it. This is really good, strong advice. And so this is a reward that's coming in. Like once you know the truth and you take action on that truth, you're going to have a strong foundation to end this cycle and to quit leaking energy. This is what this card here is talking about. To cross the finish line, you have to quit leaking energy. In body language, if you sit like this and your toes are pointed out like this, you're leaving yourself wide open and you're leaking energy. But on top, This is saying this on the top of your body, your heart energy I'm getting has been, you haven't wanted to see this. Like it's something that you, like you want to be this person that is there for everybody and that. But this is saying that's the number one reason that you have not been, like you always get close, but you don't, you don't get the contract. Someone else comes in and takes it from you. That's the energy that's coming up. So this is about, putting yourself first. You have to love yourself first to be able to love others. Really good advice. Whoops. And we have, if you're enjoying this reading, please do like and comment. It really helps me build my channel. I'm really enjoying doing this. It's been a lot of fun for me. A lot of work. See, I thought about it for quite a bit of time, but I wasn't in a position where I knew I had the time to do it 100%. So I went out there and dabbled a little bit. I actually had this channel for, I don't know, since like 2012 or something. And I didn't even know I had a YouTube channel because I had a marketing team do it. I never used it. So I didn't use it until a couple years ago. And I was, oh, the work is already done here. But anyway, I'm using my Tales from the Vector Oracle, which I began in 2007, courtesy of the Intergalactic Federation of Light. And I've completed all the paintings in 2020. There's 64 of them. Some of them are great big huge dragon paintings. I had them out at fairs, psychic fairs, and played with the cards for several years at my seminars, etc. But I didn't have the whole deck completed. And now that's what I want to do, is bring it out into the real world. And I'm just gathering information for the book that goes with it. And then I'll bring it out when I feel like I have the energy. I just want to sync these cards, my oracle cards, with this energy. My cards have been very jumpy, and I'm starting to recognize when I'm doing these readings like this that I want to sync the energy, like give it a chance to like really reflect on what this is about, and then move forward when I feel like, okay, there we go. There's always one that jumps out. So I will put in the description box below a card that are the numbers of the cards of the paintings from my website, and that's talesfromthevector.com, TAILS, and that then I have the numbers here in the order that they appear in the reading. So if you want to check out the paintings, what they look like, and gather more information, absolutely. Okay, so what it's saying is what you needed to do to reflect upon to have strong internal and external boundaries. These external boundaries are when you're laying in bed and saying, what the F happened? What the EF happened? External forces. That's how you can tell the difference. And to have that, both internal and external dynamics working for you, you need to understand what the intent of your actions are. So the road to hell is paved with good intentions. You want to be in a place where you're at peace. And this Ella's Enchanting Garden, this energy is from my Tibetan Terrier that was gifted to me. And she was like that. If you held her, you just felt at peace. The Tibetans don't sell Tibetan Terriers. They gift them because they call them the little people, because they're like such a gift. And they have such beautiful energy. They're so loving. And they're also a lot of work. It's kind of, that end. But so this intention here, this is about keeping your intentions, like understanding why you're doing what you're doing. Like I kept going on this because I understand that I love to give information out. And I, for whatever reason, I just have always understood tarot cards. And my intention is to give really good, solid information to people that they can move forward with and improve their lives. And as each and every one of us improves our life, then we can take that, the universe becomes a better place. I had a dream about this last night, and so it's coming up, that you might be saying, what can one person do? But if at the very least what it does is it creates one less problem for the world, for the universe, then it's going to be a huge benefit. You might think, oh, what's one little problem? One little problem, if it's left unattended, can turn into a total, complete disaster like this, right? So that's the energy. And this is dissension. So there's a lot. This is about gossip, slander, people being jealous, people not understanding the information. Dissension of information is when you are doing your best to conquer and divide, right? Like, or divide and conquer. And this is, well, conquer and divide is what I'm getting is correct. First you conquer with these tactics, and then you divide people with them. And so that's dissension. Dissension is when you think you're swimming with friends, but they're actually sharks. The good news is swimming with sharks. Not many of us do that. I did that when I was younger, when I moved to Australia for 1.5 years, and I got my scuba diving ticket. I swam with a lot of sharks back then, but they were the kind that were really like, they weren't people sharks. They were sharks. I never got bitten or anything. So that's the energy I'm talking about here. And so we have the Wheel of Fortune. So yes, once you get a hold of, you have really strong boundaries on your internal dynamics, then your external dynamics will be very strong. There'll be strong boundaries against this information, and it will just keep strengthening. And that's the Wheel of Fortune. The past, the present, and the future all coming together in synchronicity. And this is what the universe how the universe shows you in typical Aquarian energy is by quick experiments and then, observing the results. Where did that get you? Okay, then try something different. Don't try, actually, because trying is just not doing. So this is about, don't just think about doing it, do it. But small experiments, Don't do something major that's going to ruin your life or something. Just small, little, tiny steps. Lack of awareness. Yeah, it's because when our internal dynamics are upset, distracted. You notice my cat's not anywhere here now because I told her, she knew by the tone of my voice, okay, I entertained you a little bit because I thought it was funny that you came at this time, but now I need to get to work, so you need to go lay down and have another dream to wake up from. Go eat your chicken, whatever you have to do, but leave me alone right now because I'm busy. And that's not because of being mean or I don't love you. It's because I have a job to do and I want to do it. That's the energy. And so if you are not aware of what's draining your energy, it's actually coming from you because you're tolerating energy around you and putting others before you when you need to. That's okay sometimes, especially if you have young children, you need to do that. But you also need to be able to tend to the important details that are going to improve your life, your family's life, and eventually the entire universe's life. Because now then your children won't be a problem. So now if this energy is over and you do that, this is reconfirming the energy of the Fool starting a new cycle here, because this one has ended and now you're foolhardy. You're on your path. You recognize the boundaries. You have strong internal, external boundaries. Awesome. Temperance. This has required patience. And this energy is sitting right on the first wand that comes in representing action from the fire signs, from Sagittarius energy in particular, because we're in a Gemini full moon and Sagittarius is on the other exact opposite spectrum from Gemini in the birth chart. And then we have anger. So you can get angry about this, but then when you get angry, what happens is you feed the external forces instead of yourself. Anger takes up a lot of energy. Being angry, think about how the last time you get angry, your blood pressure goes up. That's what this is talking about. People can get so, family, generation after generation after generation can be taught to deal with this kind of energy with anger. But anger, it can actually cause high blood pressure in families, because if that's how the family operates constantly, then it's passed down from generation to generation. That's why it's the gift that keeps on giving. So when you learn to control your anger and not even be bothered getting angry with it, you can even find it humorous, you know? Like, think about it. Here you have been in competition with people and you didn't even know it. And there's more than one. There's at least 10 of them here, and they've all been competing against you, and you just became aware of it now. Like, you know, and here you have been struggling and fighting with it. Just put that energy down. That's the energy that this is saying here. So Gemini and Sagittarius, whatever the sign is that's across from your sign on your birth chart, like on the astrological chart, has a stronger effect on you. So when this moon coming in, and because we are in Sagittarius energy, so Sagittarius, happy birthday, but we're in Sagittarius energy. So because we're in Sagittarius energy right now, and the moon is in Gemini, which is opposite, Gemini and Sagittarius are really feeling this energy more than probably a lot of other people are. And then we have scotoma. Yeah, the blind spot. You didn't know. You've been battling something you didn't know, but now you know what you're battling. You're battling your ability to have strong internal boundaries. So you have way more control over the what ifs now. And that's the energy. It's about, okay, now move forward, take action in the future now. Take action on this. And this card here is talking about commitment and marriage and partnerships, and who do you want to share this new energy with? And then we have this about, like, the old way is gone now. Like, you're not going to take action in this way anymore. You're going to now, you know better now. You know what you know. It's taken you a while. So what? At least you found out. And now you're going to move forward in this way. And this is actually really going to show you the difference. You're going to notice a profound difference very, very quickly is what's coming up. So this is about the death of the old way and bringing in the new. That's this energy here. And then we have higher learning, travel, that kind of energy. So this is like more information is going to come in now that you're open to this. And then we have the career, reputation, your public image. It might have been a bit of an uphill struggle, but now it's like, oh, how I wasn't even aware that this was really a thing. Now that I'm aware, I'm putting that down. I'm not even gonna, now it's gonna make life so much easier. Now I have a strong foundation. I have, there's always, possibly what's going to happen is this has raised your vibration. So now you're going to be, this strong foundation that you have laid now is going to bring more of your heart's desires in and authentically what you want. And you might lose some friends over it, but that's life, right? You might even lose some family over it. That's life. You sometimes have to, you're not going to be a hero in your own city. So sometimes in your hometown. So sometimes you have to just recognize that people see you how you were when you were a child or how you were when you were in this energy. And you don't want to keep carrying that burden. And so then this is advice from God, from the universe. This is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help you God. And God is saying, thank God you finally listened. That's what I'm getting. Okay, well, let's clarify the need to be right. Yeah, so this energy is like, if you have to be right just for the sake of being right, it's not going to benefit you. But if you want to be right so that you can move forward, then take the right steps, is what it's saying. Take consistent steps of action in the right, correct way. And the performance is like the emperor. It's like, okay, you've been upgraded now. This has been a huge energetic upgrade, and you are now moving forward as the emperor does. And the emperor is all four kings rolled into one person. You've learned from your mistakes, and now you're ready. And now it's like, hey, you're like a shooting star. This new attitude is going to take you far, like really far. And it's going to be really quick, I'm getting. And then the whole world is different for you now because you've become neutral to this energy. So neutral doesn't mean that you're indifferent, you don't care about people. It may appear that way to some of them, but it's more that you have better things to do than play games that you don't even know you were playing. Like, at least if you're going to put me as a contestant in a game. Let me know I'm in the game. And tell me what the rules are, right? That kind of energy. And that's when I'm getting this to put this down on here. So this is the Empress clarifying, the generating. This is the Emperor and the Empress coming together. This is this energy coming together. This is talking about when you have this energy within yourself. All 4 queens rolled into one. All 4 kings rolled into one. All in one person, back and forth. Masculine and feminine energy, totally on point. Then it's time to find a lover. Then you'll get your cup. And that's the energy that is saying, like, if you want to bring people into your life, make sure that if you're taking advice from other people, make sure that they at least know as much as you or more, preferably, right? And then here's the High Priestess sitting right next to God. This has been a huge, what a relief. The High Priestess is always feeling joyful because the High Priestess is using her higher self. She's using the higher self network. The higher self network is like the internet. When you commune with God, and that's your internet line, you're going to get strong advice right from the top, and it's going to come down right to you, straight to you. And that's why the High Priestess is always joyful. And the High Priestess follows the cycles of the moon as part of the guidance. Because knowing when to begin a cycle and knowing when to end it. So this full moon energy is about ending what isn't working for you, and not out of anger or anything, but just because you want to move on to better. Yeah, and someone was abusing their power. You were abusing your power against yourself. If people are abusing their power to injure you in some way, and you end up looking like this because of it, if you didn't know about it, well, what are you going to do about it? But now that you know what you know, you have to have conviction beyond a doubt, or else you start being guilty of abusing yourself. Wow, Aquarius, this is such profound, really, it's such profound advice. This is really good advice for all of us to take. Thank you so much for that insight. And if you have liked this, please do like, comment. If you resonate with this energy, consider subscribing to the channel. It really will empower me also. And I will bring you another reading for the middle of December in a little bit here. Bye for now. Thank you.